Okay, so betul kan? Sorry. U binomial distribution. Okay, so betul kan kat sini? Okay, betul Uh, so ini for mean and variance of a binomial distribution. So for this chapter, we have three distribution. We have binomial, Poisson, and normal distribution. So each distribution to have their own mean and variance. So maknanya you kena hafal ada tiga lah, three formula for means and three formulas for variance. Yang represent the three distributions. Okay.
Madam.
Ya.
Yeah? Saya rasa yang ni dah lah, Madam.
Dah.
Madam.
Ini dah saya.
Sebab kita last semalam dekat example 6.
Example 6.
Tu kita dah buat.
Example 6 dah.
Dah.
Sekejap example 6. You dah masuk Poisson distribution Poisson distribution, example 6. Ini dah.
Dah, Madam.
So, example 6 dah.
Yang example
Okay.
7.
Ni lah.
Yang ni.
Expectation and variance of Poisson distribution. Okay. Sorry, saya dah confuse lagi. Mana yang group lain. Okay. So, expectations and variance of a Poisson distribution. Okay. So, untuk expectations also equal to the mean lah. Mean and variance of a Poisson distribution. So, for Poisson distribution, formula dia simple je. Okay. For mean is equal to lambda. And variance also formula equal to lambda. Okay. So you can refer to example 7. Okay, so the number of calculators sold by a bookstore follows a Poisson distribution with a mean of 9 calculators in 4 days. Okay, so for A, what is the mean and standard deviation of Y? So you dah bagi Y. So Y is referred to the number of calculators sold in 3 days. Okay, so for A, okay, first you state what is the random variables. Okay, so kat sini dah bagi Y, so Y is equal to number of calculators in 3 days. Okay, so you need to state the new lambda. So lambda mesti tally dengan you punya X. Okay, so kalau X dia nak, so Y dia or you punya random variables in terms of 3 days, then lambda must also in terms of 3 days lah. So dia bagi you 9. 9 ni is for 4 days. So you nak calculate for 3 days, maknanya 9. You need to divide by 4. Lepas tu you timeskan dengan 3. So you get the lambda for the 3 days equal to 6.75. Okay, so Y distribute with Poisson 6.75. Okay, so you need to find what is the mean and standard deviation of Y. So to find mean for EY, so formula for Poisson distribution, mean is equal to lambda. So equal to 6.75. Okay, and for the standard deviation, first we need to find where the variance. So variance Y also equal to lambda equal to 6.75. So to find the standard deviation, okay, you setkan 6.75. Okay, so set 6.75 equal to, okay, so you ada set 6.75. Okay, so you have 2.5981. Okay, so ini standard deviation for A. Next for B. Okay, so B we need to find the mean and standard deviation of W, the number of calculators sold in 7 days. Okay, so untuk B pun sama, you need to state the new random variables. Okay, for B we have okay, equal to number of calculators sold in 7 days. Okay, so you need to find the new lambda. Lambda is equal to 9 divided by 4 and times with the 7 and equal to 15.75. Okay, so you need to find the mean EX. Okay, so mean is equal to 15.75, they equal to lambda, so 15.75, and standard deviation, so you need to find the variance, so variance also 15.75, so nanti you calculate lah the standard deviation, so set 15.75. Okay, so dia akan dapat answer tu. So ini for example 7. Okay, next we have so example 8 tu saya nak you refer recorded video. Actually example 7 pun ada recorded video. Saya boleh refer juga recorded video. So saya nak pergi to 8.3. Okay, Poisson distribution as approximation for binomial distribution. Okay, ni kita nak approximate, kita tukar. Okay, from binomial into Poisson distribution. Okay, so for 8.3, okay, so so far kita ada binomial and Poisson distribution. Okay, so kalau you punya binomial distributions tu, okay, so you punya distribution for binomial, we have X distribute with binomial and P, and for Poisson distributions, you have lambda. Okay, so aim this, you nak approximate tu supaya senang you nak calculate. Dia lagi simple lah kalau you nak calculate itu from binomial into Poisson distribution. Tapi dia ada certain condition lah. So condition dia, first n tu must be greater than 0. Okay. Okay, so first condition for the binomial n must be greater than 0 and p must less than 0.5. Okay, so kalau you binomial to satisfy these two equation, these two conditions, then you can approximate to Poisson distribution. So to find the lambda is equal to NP. So NP must less than 5. Okay, so you can refer to example 9. Okay, first you state what is the x. You punya random variables. So X refer to what is the probability that a box contains 2 or more defective. So you punya X tu refer to the number of defective needles. Okay, so X refer to number of defective needles. Next, you need to find what is the P. Namanya dah masuk lambat. Okay. So X refer to number of defective needles and P refer to the probability of the defective needles. So probability of the defective needles, you have 1/2000. Okay, or you can convert into decimal numbers. Okay, and we have N is equal to 1000. Okay, so X distribute with binomial and P. So N is 1000 and P is 1/2000. Okay, so N is equal to 1000. Okay, so from this condition ni, you ada from N dengan P ni, so N is greater than 50, so they satisfy condition number 1, and P is also less than 0.1, so they satisfy condition number 2. So you can convert into Poisson distribution. So from binomial ni, saya nak tukar into Poisson distribution with lambda. So to calculate lambda is equal to NP. So NP we have N is 1000, P is 1 over 2000. Okay, and you get NP is equal to 0.5. Okay, so X distribute with Poisson 0.5. Okay, so next you need to find what is the probability that a box contains 2 or more defective. So you need to find probability of X greater and equal to 2. So we have probability X is equal to 2 plus with probability X is equal to 3 until infinity. So we solve using Poisson distribution. Okay. Or we have 1 minus probability of X is equal to 0 minus probability X is equal to 1. Okay. So nanti substitute formula for Poisson distribution. So 1 minus E to the power of negative 0.5. So you boleh factorkan terus 0.5 power 0 over 0 factorial. So plus with 0.5 power 1 over with 1 factorial. Okay. So nanti you akan dapat answers is equal to. So ini for example 9. Answers is equal to 0.0902. Okay. So ini for example 9. Okay, next you can refer to example 10. Okay. For example 10, first you state what is the X. So X refer to so kita ada crossword puzzle is published in magazine High Malaysia each day. So a man is able to complete the puzzle 95% of the time. So tu you punya probability. Probability yang dia complete the puzzle lah. Okay, so find the probability that he will not be able to complete. Okay, so X sekarang ni is refer to the probability, X is refer to the number of incomplete puzzle. Sebab kita nak yang not complete eh. So X tu refer to number of incomplete. So you punya N dia 60 and P dia bukan jadi 95 lah. So P dia is 0.05. Sebab yang 95% ni yang complete. Okay. So ni kalau X dia yang complete, tapi sekarang ni you punya X dia nak yang incomplete. So P pun you kena tukar lah, dia tak boleh ambil 95%. So P tu kena refer balik pada you punya X. So P is 0.05 and N is 60. So from these values of N and P, you can see that N greater than 50 and P is less than 0.1. So you can convert into Poisson distribution. Okay, so X distribute with binomial 60 and 0.05. So kalau you nak convert into Poisson distributions, so lambda is equal to NP. So lambda is equal to 3. Okay, so you have X distribute with Poisson 3. So nanti you nak solve, you use this distribution. Okay, so for A, dia nak between 2 to 5 puzzles. So kalau between 2 to 5, not include 2 and 5 lah. Maknanya dia 3 and 4 je. Okay. So for A, probability of X less than 5 but greater than 2. So equal to probability X is equal to 3 plus probability X is equal to 4. And you get the answer is 0.3921. Okay. So kalau untuk B, at most 3 puzzle. So kalau at most 3 puzzle, maknanya probability of X tu, dia must be less and equal to 3. Okay, so kalau less and equal to 3, then we have probability X equal to 0 plus X equal to 1 plus probability X equal to 2 and plus probability X equal to 3. And substitute formula for Poisson distribution and you get the final answer 0.6472. Okay, so ini you punya solution for example 10. So example 10 pun ada recorded video juga. So you nak recorded video pun boleh. Okay, so kita dah habis approximation and also for Poisson distribution. Soalan tak? ada. So kalau tak ada soalan, saya nak continue sikit for continuous. Okay, continuous probability distribution. Okay, so kita ada normal distribution. Saya rasa normal distribution ni you dah familiar. Saya rasa lah you dah belajar dulu kat sekolah. Okay, cuba tahu lah you ingat lagi ke tak. Okay, so for continuous probability distribution. Okay, so for continuous, introduction dia sama macam yang chapter 7. Okay, dia refer to measured quantity. Kalau discrete tu for yang kita count. Okay, so the measured quantities lah. For example, you have height, speed, mass. Okay, and the normal distributions is a continuous probability distributions whose density function has a bell shape. So ni dia bentuk bell. Okay, with center is equal to mu. So mu ni is the mean. Okay, and we have sigma. So sigma ni refer to the standard deviation. Okay, so normal distributions we have symmetrical and mesocritic. Okay, so for symmetrical means that each half of the distributions is a mirror image of the other half. Maknanya dia betul center lah, symmetrical. So boleh refer yang you punya bell shape tu. So yang bell shape tu yang kat sini di center, so dia macam mirror image. Sebab dia dekat center, so dia macam you punya reflection lah, punya graph tu. Okay, ataupun kita ada mesocritic, means that it is neither flat nor peak in terms of the distribution of observed values. Okay, so dia macam ni lah, dia taklah macam peak sangat ataupun dia bukanlah flat sangat. Dia macam dekat dia sedang-sedang lah. Okay, so yang ni kita ambil ni lah, kita punya shape dia macam yang bell shape jugalah. Okay, so properties dia. Okay, the normal distribution has a bell shape. Lepas tu the mean, median and mode are equal and located at the center of the distribution. So kalau you ada bell shape, okay, so mean you dekat tengah ni, so you punya mean ni dia also equal to median and also equal to the mode. Okay, dia semua dekat center. Okay, and normal distribution curve is unimodal, has only one mode and the curve is symmetric about the mean. So symmetric tu maknanya dia macam ada mirror lah kat sini. So dia dapat you punya reflection graph tu. So the curve is continuous, so no gaps or hole. So ni you punya curve. Okay, and the curve is, so the curve never touch the x-axis. Okay, so x-axis tu macam you punya asymptote lah, tak boleh sentuh x-axis. So the total area under the normal distribution curve is equal to 1. So you punya area bawah ni semua equal to 1. Means that satu side kita ada 0.5, satu side lagi kita ada 0.5. So total is equal to 1. Okay, so formula for probability density function. So you have this formula, tapi tak perlu hafal formula ni. Sebab you punya calculation of the normal distribution, you boleh terus refer pada table. So tak perlu kira. Okay, so kita apply lah formula ni. Okay, and X can be written as distribution of the normal distribution ni. We can write down in terms of X, distribute with the and refer to normal distribution, and we have mu. So mu refer to the mean and sigma square refer to the variance. Okay. So we can use a standard normal probabilities called, so we use table of normal probabilities called standard normal distribution. So ni supaya senang kita nak calculate. Okay, so tak perlu pakai you punya function tu. Okay, sebab dia punya function tu kalau you tengok dia kompleks ya, function ni. So kalau you nak kira sesuatu pakai function ni, nanti dia susah you nak kira. Sebab tu kita ada table. So you tak perlu kira sendiri, you boleh refer je terus value dia dari table. Okay, so standard normal distribution. Okay, we have standard normal. Sebenarnya for normal distribution we have two, standard and non-standard. Okay, tapi kita akan pergi yang standard dulu, standard normal distribution. So standard normal distribution is a normal distribution with a mean of 0. Okay, or mu equal to 0 and standard deviations of 1. Okay, so kalau mu equal to 0 and standard deviation equal to 1, we can consider it as standard normal distribution. Okay. We usually denote by Z. So kalau you nampak dia ada letter Z, makna Z tu dah bentuk standard lah, standard normal distribution. Kalau dia bagi X, X tu yang non-standard. Contoh X distribute with normal. Okay, so kalau dia bentuk X, maknanya non-standard. Kalau X dah standard. So nanti bila kita nak solve yang non-standard, step dia sama. Kita kena convert dulu dalam standard normal dulu. Baru you boleh solve. Sebab dia, you punya table tu, table yang dia bagi kalau tengok buku, dia bagi table. So table tu dia semua refer based on the standard normal distribution. Sebab tu kita kena convert dulu. Okay, dalam standard normal distribution. Okay, so formula dia becomes, so formula yang bawah ni comes from yang basic formula tadi. Dia daripada sini. Okay, so sama jugalah. So formula yang second ni pun sama, you tak perlu hafal. Okay, so finding areas under the standard normal distribution curve. Step 1, draw the normal distribution curve and shade the area. So step 2, find the appropriate figure in the table 8.1 and follow the direction given. Okay, so kita ada 3 types of shaded region. Dia ada to the left, or right, ataupun in between. Okay, so yang first kalau to the left of any z value. Okay, so tadi saya dah tunjuk kat you, you punya bell shape tu, you akan dapat center dia is 0. So kalau center dia 0, maknanya dia macam axis lah. Kita ada satu side yang positif, so this side kita consider as positive z. And this side is the negative. So sama macam you punya axis, kita ada positif and negatif. Cuma kat sini in terms of z lah. So kat sini kita consider as positive z. So this region is positive z. And another region is negative. So you boleh refer pada you punya axis ni. So yang ni refer to you punya area lah. Okay. So kalau dia kata to the left of any z. So kalau z tu positif, so to the left dia this one. Okay. So ni kalau you nak shadedkan region dia nanti. Okay. So if z dia is negative, so you need to shade this region. Okay. Sebab ada student terkonfuse mana left, mana right. So ni kalau bentuk left. Okay. And number 2, to the right of any z value. So for example, you have z yang negative. So kalau z negative, right dia this side lah. Right of the z. Okay. Or if the z is positive, then the shaded region is this side. Okay. And number 3, in between any two z values. So in between any two z values, you have 3 types there. First, both of the z's are positive values. So there are 2 dekat positive side. Okay, so this region. Or both values at the negative side. Okay, or yang last types there, we have one value of z at the negative, another one value of z at the positive. Pun boleh juga. Okay, and so depends pada you punya question nanti. Okay. Okay. So we have standard normal at the end of the sections. Give the area under the normal distribution curve to the right of any z values. Okay. So kalau refer you punya normal distribution table tu, dia semua refer to the value of z yang greater than z. So yang capital letter z ni refer to the standard normal and small letter ni represent the values lah. Okay. So semua you punya table tu, dia refer yang standard, makna z. Lepas tu dia symbol for greater and you have example 0.1. Okay, dia specific. Dia must be greater and the value of the z must be positive. Okay, so if one value of z are negative values, okay, then the symmetrical properties of the curve are used. So for example, kita nak less. Contoh dia nak probability of z, dia nak less than 0.1. So less than negative 0.1. So kalau bentuk macam ni, you tak boleh terus direct table. Sebab table dia tak ada untuk yang less than. Dia semua refer to greater than, and Z tu yang positif. Macam kat sini dia nak less, lepas tu Z pun negatif. So direct you tak boleh guna table lah. So you nak solve dia, you can use symmetrical properties. So kalau Z less than negative Z, contoh you ada distribution dia. So bila kita nak solve nanti, saya akan pakai semua you punya bentuk bell shape So ni you punya mu. So kita ada negative Z. So negative Z kat sini. Okay, so dia nak yang less than negative Z. So less than this side lah, less than negative Z. So kita tak perlu direct table. So you can change using symmetrical properties. So from the negative value of Z, saya tukar kepada positif. Okay, so ni punya bell shape, mu dia. So saya tukar into this region. Okay, so bila you nak shadekan region, you kena shaded region yang sama size lah dengan yang ni. Okay, maknanya you kena shadekan this region. Okay, baru the size dia sama. Okay, so from the probability of Z less than negative Z ni, saya akan convert kepada probability of Z greater than Z. So dua-dua ni sebenarnya sama je. Okay, cuma dia sebab semua satu negatif, satu lagi positif. Tapi sebab kita punya aim, kita nak calculate region ni. Berapa area dia. Okay, so kita boleh consider benda yang sama. So you boleh calculate pakai formula yang ni. So kalau you dah convert into symbol yang greater, then this one is the positive, then you boleh terus direct refer to table. So nanti bila nak refer table, you akan pakai yang baru ni lah, yang you dah convert ni. Okay, so ini kita panggil symmetrical properties. Okay, kita tukar je position dia so that you can refer the answers using table of the standard normal distribution. Okay, so ini kalau based on the table, so you boleh refer you punya table dalam buku tu. Example, kita nak calculate probability of Z greater than 0.75. So kalau symbol dia greater and Z value is positive, then you can direct using table. Okay, so ni tak ada issue lah. Okay, so you nak calculate using table tu, first you kena tengok pada column dia. So column at the left hand side. So kita ada 0.7, lepas tu you refer to the row. Okay, to the row at the top of the table tu, dari satu row. So you tengok 0.05. Okay, so 0.7 plus 0.05, then you will have 0.75. So you tengok intersection dia. So you can dapat value lah. Okay, so probability of Z greater than 0.75 equal to 0.2266. Okay, ni kalau yang terus kita calculate using table of the standard normal distribution. Okay, so you can refer to example 11. Okay, if Z is normally distributed with a mean 0 and variance 1. First, you can identify dia punya mean and variance. Kalau dia bagi mean dia 0 and variance 1, maknanya dia dah bentuk standard lah. So, you boleh write down as Z distribute with the normal distribution, mu dia is 0 and variance is 1. So, ni you punya mu. And variance, kita akan pakai sigma square equal to 1. Okay. So kalau dah bentuk standard, maknanya you boleh terus solve lah. Okay, nanti answers cuma you kena tukar bentuk symmetrical properties tu, nanti terus you boleh refer table. Okay. So for A, dia nak you calculate for probability of Z greater than, okay, Z greater than 1.87. Okay, so you nak tengok, first you tengok simbol dia. Dia ada simbol greater, lepas tu you ada simbol dia yang positif. So kalau greater and positif, maknanya you boleh terus refer je pada table. Okay, so kalau you refer table, probability of Z greater than 1.87, you akan dapat answers dia 0.0307. Okay, ni terus direct table, saya tak modify apa-apa pun you punya equation tu. Okay, so untuk yang B. B, saya nak probability of Z less than negative 0.63. Okay, equal to. First we check the symbol. So ini symbol less than. Lepas tu kat sini is negative. Maknanya you tak boleh terus direct table lah, sebab table semua untuk yang greater, lepas tu this one is positive. Baru you boleh terus direct table. Okay. So kalau kat sini maknanya you kena solve using symmetrical properties. So you draw dulu you punya bell shape tu. Okay. So kita ada mu equal to 0. First you kena statekan you punya z tu. Dia negative. So you kena tengok region dia. So region negative this side lah. So negative 0.63. Okay. Lepas tu dia nak less than. So less than maknanya this region. Less than negative 0.63. Okay. So from this shape, saya boleh tukar into symmetrical properties dia. Okay. So you have mu. Okay. So saya tukar into positive side. So 0.63. And the shaded region is this one. Okay. So you akan dapat area yang sama. Okay. So equal to probability of Z greater than 0.63. So this region akan jadi greater lah, greater than 0.63. So you check balik. Symbol dia dah greater and then the value is already positive. So baru you boleh refer you punya table. Okay. So kalau greater than 0.63, answers is equal to 0.2643. Okay. So ini for B. And next for C. Okay. So for C, dia nak probability of Z less than 0.29. Okay. So you will refer C. Okay. C, dia nak probability of Z less than 0.29. Okay. So you kena check you punya question ni. So first dia bagi yang less. Okay. Lepas tu dia bagi this one in terms of positive. So walaupun kat sini positif tapi simbol dia less. So sama juga you tak boleh terus direct table. Okay. So cara dia you lukis dulu you punya distribution. Okay. So ni you punya mu center. Mu equal to 0. Okay. Lepas tu kita ada yang positif. So positif belah sini lah. So 0.29. So dia nak yang less than 0.29. So belah sini So ini yang less than 0.29. Okay. So kita convert into symmetrical property. So tak perlu convert ini. Tapi you kena calculate values dia. So kalau you nak calculate yang besar ni, you kena minus. So 1 maknanya the whole region ni 1 minuskan dengan yang greater. So Z greater than 0.29. Okay. So kalau 1 minus dengan yang greater, so nanti you akan dapat yang shaded region tu. Okay. So equal to 1 minus, so symbol yang ini di greater dan this one is positive. Okay. So you boleh terus refer table. Okay. So kalau you refer table for Z greater than 0.29 is 0.3859. Okay, and you get the answer is equal to 0.6141. Okay, so ni answers for C. Okay, next for D. Okay, so D dia nak calculate probability of Z greater than negative 2.21. Dia kalau negatif tu baru you pakai symmetrical properties. Okay, so greater than. So kat sini simbol dah greater tapi dia punya value dia is negative. Okay, so you kena calculate lah. Tak boleh direct table. So kita ada mu and you have negative 2.21. So negative this side. So negative 2.21. Okay, so dia nak yang greater. So greater this side. Okay, so greater than negative 2.21. Sebab negatif ni you tak boleh, tak ada dalam table. So kita akan solve using symmetrical properties dia. Okay, so saya convert. Okay, so kat sini you punya mu. Okay, lepas tu saya convert from negatif ni, saya convert into positive side. So 2.21. Lepas tu you kena shadedkan region ni. So this region lah. You jangan tertukar dia boleh sama besar. You boleh nampak region dia mana yang sama besar. Kalau you shade belah sini, dia kecil region dia. Ni region dia besar. You nak cari area dia. Okay. So sekarang region dia yang kita dapat A ni. So nak calculate this one, dia sama macam yang C tadi. So dia akan equal to 1 minus dengan probability of Z greater than 2.21. Okay, so maknanya semua satu region ni white, you minuskan dengan yang greater, then you akan dapat yang less than. Okay, so you boleh refer table 1 minus, for greater than this one is positive. So you boleh refer table equal to 0.0136. Okay, and we have the answer is equal to 0.9864. Okay, so yang ini 40. Next we have E. So E tu dia dah masuk in between. Okay, so for E dia nak yang Z tu dia in between two values, tapi values of Z tu both are positive. Okay, so you can refer yang E. Okay, so for E, we have probability of you have Z less than 1.05 but greater than 0.52. Okay, so you draw yang bell shape. Okay, so you have mu and you have 0.52. So kita ada both are positive. So kat sini 0.52. Another one is 1.05. So dia nak this region. Okay, so you kena ingat kalau you nak direct, you nak pakai table, dia mesti involve symbol yang greater. Okay, baru you boleh terus guna table. So you nak calculate yang region ini, dia sama juga probability of Z greater than 0.52. Okay, so contoh you ada contoh mesti takut you tak nampak Okay, so kita ada ni mu, so kita ada 0.52. So you kena calculate greater than 0.52. So you kena minus dengan probability of Z greater than 1.05. Okay, so kalau 1.05 dekat sini, 1.05, so greater dia dekat sini. Okay, so maknanya you ada yang semua, bila you minuskan yang belah sini, so nanti you akan dapat region yang ini. Okay, sebab tu kita akan pakai formula yang ni. Okay, so you boleh terus direct table juga. So you akan dapat greater, this one is positive, and yang ni greater and positive. So dua-dua boleh terus direct table. So from the table, greater than 0.52 is equal to 0.3015 minus with 0.1469. Okay, so equal to 0.1546. Okay, so yang ni 40. Ni kalau Z tu dia between two values. Yang both values dia are positive. Dia boleh juga jadi kalau between two values tapi both values dia are negative. Okay, so kita boleh refer yang F. F tu dia Z tu both are negative. Okay, tapi kalau negatif, you dah tahu dia akan pakai symmetrical properties lah. You nak solve dia. Okay, for F. Okay, so kita nak solve for F. You have probability of Z less than negative 0.42 but greater than negative 2.86. Okay, so sama juga saya solve. Okay, so you ada mu. Okay, so kita ada negatif. So ini negatif 0.42 and this one is negative 2.86. So kita nak calculate this region. Okay, tapi sebab you punya Z tu negatif, so you kena tukar lah using symmetrical properties. Saya tukar into positive side. So ni you punya mu, so ni kat center. So kita ada 0.42 and positive 2.86. So you akan dapat shape macam tadi. Yang example E tadi. Okay, so nak calculate this region, dia akan equal to probability of Z greater than 0.42 minus dengan probability of Z greater than 2.86. Okay, so we refer table. So you check the symbol dia greater and this one is positive. So greater and positive. Okay, so we refer the table equal to Z greater than 0.42 equal to 0.3372 minus with probability of Z greater than 2.86. So 0.0021. Okay, and equal to 0.3351. Okay, so ini for F. And last for G. Okay, so kalau you tengok G tu, G dia between two values tapi satu side positif, satu side negatif. Okay, so equal to, okay, so you punya between two values ni kalau you sudah nak ingat, you mesti ambil yang so ini kan between two values. You kena ambil yang ni, yang first dulu So yang first ni you kena minus dengan yang second. Value yang first dulu, yang lagi kecil ni minus dengan yang besar lah value dia untuk yang Z. Sama macam ni. So value 0.42 you minuskan dengan 2.86. Okay. So kalau untuk yang F, lepas tu you ada G. You refer yang G. Okay, so for G, we have probability of Z less than 2.31 but greater than negative 0.33. Okay, so you draw a bell shape, you put normal distribution. Okay, so ini center you have mu equal to 0 and we have negative 0.33 and we have another one is positive 2.31. Okay, so kat sini first dia mesti yang side yang left. Left dia mesti minus yang right. Sama juga yang tadi sebelum ni. Dia mesti yang left minuskan dengan right. You nak cari dia punya in between tu. Tapi sebab ni dia dua negatif, so saya tukar symmetrical dululah. Macam yang untuk G pun sama. So dia mesti yang left ni you minuskan dengan yang right. Okay. So konsep dia saya akan pakai sama untuk yang G. Dia mesti yang left tu you akan minuskan dengan yang right. Okay. So dia akan equal tu. Tapi ni saya tukar lagi symmetrical properties dia. Sebab dia satu positif, satu negatif. Okay. So maknanya yang ni probability of Z greater than negative 0.33, you kena minuskan dengan probability of Z greater than 2.31. Okay, so nanti you akan dapatlah region dia. Tapi, you nak calculate using table, untuk yang second ni, dia greater than this one is positive. So, you boleh direct table. Tapi problem dia pada yang first ni. Okay, sebab first dia, you ada symbol dia negatif. So, negatif tak boleh direct table lah. So, saya solve dulu untuk yang ini. So, untuk this one, you akan dapat, okay, so untuk you ada Z, so ni mu, dia nak negatif. So, negatif this side, negatif 0.33. Okay, so dia nak yang greater. Ini. Okay, so nak calculate greater ni, you boleh convert into yang positif dia. So, ini mu, so positif is 0.33. So, you akan dapat this region. Okay, so nak calculate region ni, dia also equal to, okay, 1 minus dengan probability of Z greater than 0.33. Okay, so ni saya refer yang table ni. Okay, So 1 minus dengan probability of Z greater than 0.33. Lepas tu you combine balik dengan yang tadi. So minus dengan probability of Z greater than 2.3. So ni saya copy je, yang last ni saya copy sebab you boleh terus direct table. Okay. So saya modify yang first ni je. Okay. So kat sini you check balik. So this one is greater and then value dia positive. So greater and value positive. So you boleh refer table. So greater than greater than 0.33, you have 0.3707 minus with 0.0104. Okay, and you get the answer is equal to 0.6189. Okay, so yang ni answer spongy. Okay, so G ni kalau dia in between lah, between positive and negative. Okay, so kita ada another one for H. H tu dah ada bagi all. So kalau all tu is refer to the union. So kalau union, you dah belajar probability, dia mesti plus lah. Okay, so untuk yang last, we have H. Okay, so H is refer to probability of Z greater than 1.94. Or you have probability of Z less than 0.94. So all ni maknanya you kena plus nanti. Okay, so untuk yang first ni boleh terus direct table, dia greater and positive. Tapi untuk yang second ni sebab dia negative, dia less than. So less than ni you kena calculate dululah value dia. Okay, so to calculate probability of Z less than 0.94. Okay, so saya solve untuk ini je lah. Okay, so kat sini kalau distribution, ya?
Negative 0.94.
Okay, sorry. So dia negative 0.94. Okay, maknanya dua-dua ni dia tak ikut table lah sebab dia simbol negatif, simbol less than. Lepas tu dia punya value pun negatif. Okay, so kalau negatif you can pakai symmetrical properties dia. Okay, so you have mu and kita ada less than. Okay, so you plot dulu for 0.94. Okay, negative 0.94. So kita nak yang less than. So this side. Okay, so saya tukar into symmetrical properties. Okay, so ini you punya mu and I have 0.94. So you akan dapat this region. Okay, so nak calculate this region, dia also equal to, so you akan dapat probability of Z greater than 1.94. So plus dengan probability of Z greater than 0.94. Okay, sebab saya nak calculate region ni. So dia greater than 0.94. Okay, so before you refer table tu, you boleh double check lagi sekali. So symbol ni dah greater, value pun dah positif. So second pun symbol greater, value dah positif. So baru you boleh terus refer table. So greater than 1.94 is 0.0262. So plus with greater than 0.94 is 0.1736. Okay, so you plus these two values and you have 0.199. Okay, so ni untuk solve lah. So kalau you tengok example 11 so dia dah include semua possibilities untuk standard normal distribution. So dia akan bagi soalan ni, akan bagi bentuk macam ni lah. Dia akan bagi yang sama ada value dia negatif ataupun dia bagi you in between. So kalau in between, dia boleh jadi both positif, both negatif ataupun satu side positif, satu side negatif. Okay. So kalau you dah boleh buat yang example 11 tu, saya rasa yang untuk yang lain pun you boleh buat lah application je. So yang lain tu semua dia akan refer benda yang sama je. Cuma so far untuk normal distribution kita baru cover yang standard normal distribution. Yang ini semua distribution example 11 tu semua kita refer untuk yang Z dia distribute with the normal 0, 1. So kalau yang bentuk macam ni, so you boleh solve untuk example 11 lah. Nanti kita akan masuk yang non-standard. So kalau non-standard, you kena tukar dulu dalam standard, baru kita boleh solve. Okay, so yang non-standard tu kita akan masuk next week. Okay, so dari sikit je lagi. Okay, so tu je untuk hari ini. Ada soalan tak? Apa-apa? Tak ada?
Madam,
Ya?
saya nak tanya yang soalan last ni kan, yang case ni. Sebab soalan dia cakap jadi dia punya kawasan tu dia dalam satu graf yang sama ke ataupun lain?
You nak buat graf sama boleh ataupun graf lain boleh. Tapi better graf lain lah. Dia region yang berbeza. Kalau graf sama boleh juga sebenarnya. Tapi you faham dia kena plus kan. Maknanya dia pluskan dua region. Dia dikira macam region A. Yang ni region A. Oh sorry. So ni region A. Yang ni region B. So kalau kita nak confuse, you boleh buat dua graf. Takut nanti kalau graf sama takut dia overlap nanti you kira lain pula kan. So maknanya dia nak senang you buat dua graf lah. You buat dua region.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Boleh. Okay. Ada lagi soalan? Okay, so tak ada dah. Okay, so kita stop dulu kat sini. So jangan lupa you boleh submit draft last hari Rabu. So kalau you sempat dalam this week pun okay, you nak submit. Okay, sebab nanti next week dah week 13, nanti you kena prepare untuk presentation pula. So kalau boleh you siapkan dalam this week ataupun next week tu last lah untuk you punya report. Lepas tu you boleh fokus untuk you punya presentation. Okay, so itu je. Thank you class.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.